for today we're gonna learn about paper. So, what is paper? Okay. Paper is a thin sheet material produced by mechanically or chemically processing cellulose fibers derived from wood, rags, grasses, or other vegetable sources in water, draining the water through fine mesh, leaving the fiber evenly distributed on the surface, followed by pressing and drying.
How do paper made from tree?
Loggers cut trees, load them onto trucks, and bring them to mills. Then, machines slice off the bark. A big wood chippers chop the logs into small bits. Those chips are boiled into a soup that looks like toothpaste. To get out any lumps, it is dried. Lastly, it is smazed and cut up into sheets of paper.
So today I will be talking about how the wood process to produce paper, which is the first step is to pulping procedure will be done to separate and clean the fiber. The second step is to refining procedure will be followed after pulping processes. The third is the dilution process to form thin fiber mixture. The fourth process is the formation of fiber on a thin screen. So the last step is to the pressurization to enhance the material density. Okay, that's all.
What is pulping? Pulping is a process where fibers are separated and treated to produce pulp. The wet pulp is then converted into paper at an integrated pulp and paper mill. The first process of pulping is actually debarking and chipping. Raw materials such as fresh woods will be debarked in a large steel drums. Wash water will be applied, debarked woods will be chipped in a chipper with a chemical digestion, and then chipped woods will be screened for size, cleaned and stored for further processing.
In the fiber separation stage, several pulping technologies will be diverged. Chips are then steamed at a specific temperature to separate the fibers, dissolve lignin and other extractive after being kept into a large pressure cooker which is mixed with an appropriate chemicals. Some digesters operate continuously with a constant feed of chips and liquor are charged intermittently and treat a batch at a time. After the digestion process, the cooked pulp is discharged into a pressure vessel. Here the steam and volatile materials are tubed off. After that, this cooked pulp is returned to the chemical recovery cycle. Debug lock are forced against rotating stone grinding wheels in the stone ground wood procedure. Refiner pulp and thermomechanical pulp are produced by chips. These chips are ground by passing them through rapidly rotating in both processes. In the second stage of refining, the pulp is screened, cleaned, and most of the processed water is removed in preparation for paper making.
Lignin refers to group of organic compounds which are present in the outer layer of the cell walls and in between the fibers. It is the glue that holds the fiber together to make wood. To convert wood into paper, the lignin that holds the fiber together must be broken down. The lignin content of softwood is 26 to 32% by weight and hardwood is 20 to 28%. Lignin is dark brown in color. Even after most of the lignin has been removed from the wood in chemical pulping processes, the pulp fiber is still brown. Lignin is the compound must be removed or lightened by the bleaching process.
Bleaching process is to change the color from brown to white. The first stage is chlorine dioxide. The second stages of bleaching is using hydrogen peroxide or sodium hydroxide. The third bleaching process, or known as final stages, is hydrogen peroxide have been used to refine the fiber.
The basis weight or grammage is the basic physical property of paper. The basis weight of paper is calculating by weight per unit area. It mainly expressed as GSM, gram per square meter of a specific size. Formation is an indicator of how uniformly the fibers and filler are distributed in the paper. Formation plays important role as most of the paper properties depend on it. A poorly formed paper will exhibit more dot gain and a mottled appearance when printed. Softness is the lack of hardness when paper is crumbled in hand. Softness is an important attribute of sanitary tissues, facial tissues, and toweling, where it is related to the feel of paper against skin. Stretch is the amount of distortion when paper undergoes tensile stress. It is important property in sack kraft papers which are used for cement bag. Compressibility. It is reduction in paper thickness under compressive force or pressure. It is influenced the ability of paper to change its surface contour, to obey, and to make contact with the printing plate during printing impression.
Paper are used for storing information, like book, notebook, graph paper, punch card, and photographic paper. Paper can also be used for packaging, example corrugated box, paper bag, envelope, wrapping paper, and paper string. Other use for paper is for published material, publication and reading material such as book, newspaper, magazine, poster, pamphlet, map, sign, labels, advertisement and billboard. Other than that, paper can also be used for cleaning, for instance, toilet paper, paper towel, and facial tissue. Lastly, paper can also be used for food, utensil, and container, as well as wax paper, paper plate, and paper cup, a beverage carton, tea bag, condiments, food packaging, coffee filter, and cupcake cups.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Shukri bin Korea, S34101. I will explain about the raw materials for the pulp and paper productions. The raw materials is a substances or material that are used in the primary productions for the goods on the manufacturing purposes. Some example of the raw materials for the pulp productions is stone, sugarcane bagasse, wood, grass, and cotton. But today, the hunting of the raw materials such as wood are too much until can harm the environment. The activities such as the open burning and deforestation are lead to our surrounding become more warmer and the loss of the animal habitat can be occurred. This is the statistic about the pulp and productions are contributed about 50.80% on the forest harvest utilizations. But then, one of the raw materials for the pulp and paper productions is the stone, which is known as the environmentally friendly.
Do you know why paper is bad for environment? Paper production gives bad effect to the environment, especially to humans, animals, and plants. Firstly, it will affect human health. How it can be? During paper production, factories will release toxic gases, for example, nitrogen oxide, nitrates, and carbon monoxide, to the atmosphere. Secondly, it also affects animals and plants. Animals will lose their habitat due to deforestation. It will also lead to global warming. Next effect is water pollution. Water pollution is caused by chemical reagents such as alcohol and chlorine, which will be consumed by all living organisms. This will lead to sickness, death, or mutation.
Hey! So as you can see, there's a tree beside me. Paper is made from tree, but how about recycled paper? So do you guys know what is recycled paper? Taka, you guys don't know. Recycled paper is made from waste paper and is processed into new paper.
Next, how does recycled paper is better for the environment? In my point of view, recycled paper reduces greenhouse gases. How? When there is less paper production, there is less trees cut down. Hence, less CO2 gases released to the atmosphere, and which will lead to less global warming. Second point, recycled paper takes 70% less energy and water to recycle paper compared to the paper that is typically composed of virgin tree fibers instead of recycled materials. Therefore, we can save more fresh water. Another point is we can conserve and preserve the forest. There is an article says that when we recycle 1 ton of paper, we can save 17 trees and 3.3 cubic yards of landfill space.
Issue related to paper industry. Paper industry is one of the largest industrial sector in the world. The pulp and paper has enormous influence on global forests. This sector, which makes products such as office and catalog paper, glossy paper, tissue and paper-based packaging, account for 30–15% of total wood consumption and uses between 33–40% of all industrial wood trade globally. There are some issues that related in paper industry. First is deforestation. Deforestation is the main environmental problem that humans are facing in this time. It is because all global wood harvest is used to make paper during paper manufacturing. Next is release of harmful gases into the atmosphere where leading negatively to the environment with several severe environmental problems. Third is air pollution. Air pollution where the process of manufacturing paper release nitrogen dioxide, sulfur, and carbon dioxide into the air. It contributes to pollution such as acid rain and greenhouse gases, which are responsible for climate change and global warming. Fourth is wastewater. Wastewater from the paper industry will lead to the extinction of aquatic life and other. Fifth is waste paper. Waste paper because of printing mistake, junk mail, billing and packaging, which causes a lot of paper wastage. Next is illegal logging. Exists because of increasing demand for timber, paper and derivative products including packaging. The last one is solid waste. Paper fiber can be recycled only a limited number of times before they become too short or weak to make high quality paper. This means the broken or low quality fiber are separated out to become waste sludge.